Hey guys, how we doing today?
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Um, we were just laughing before we started. We were laughing at the Tran episode.
Yeah, the train episode right now for in real time
Yeah.
just went up on YouTube. Joe just edited it.
And I was just dying the whole time.
Oh.
I love his face. Like Nick says, he has a very nice face.
People told us in comments that Tran does come back because we were wondering.
Yeah.
A little spoilery. Careful, guys.
But still,
like surprises, but still, it's a 7-season show. We'll never know when it's coming anyway, so it's not a big a deal. I'm happy he's going to come back.
Me too. Thanks for confirming that for us.
Right,
We were
yeah.
wondering about that. But anyways, season 2 of the show has been really, really good.
I feel like it's a stronger season than the first, and I felt like the first season was strong.
The first season was very strong. I think that this show has the benefit of running for so long.
Right.
They can really hit their stride mid-season.
For sure.
With more episodes, practice makes perfect. So,
and again, we've mentioned it before, but you cannot discount how much the emergence of Winston as a character has meant to this show. I mean, the dynamic he brings to the show. He didn't in the first 18 episodes of season 1, right? It took a while for the writers to find his stride for him, but man, does he bring a lot of fun to this show.
And I'm glad, because when we first started the show, a lot of folks said that Winston was their favorite.
Sure.
And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Now I get it. Now I totally get it.
Again, it was his late addition to the cast, right?
And it happens.
Because it was Damon Wayans Jr. that was in that third roommate role. Yeah. He left the show to do happy endings. And they had to replace him with somebody, so he came in really late in the creative process.
You think he's kicking himself for that one?
I mean, this obviously had a lot more commercial success than Happy Endings did. So
might be, I mean, not the
Happy Endings is a good show.
It's a good show.
It's a quality show. I can see why when you're looking at the scripts. I'm sure it had a lot to do with what he was going to do on the show. I felt like he probably just liked the writing better. Who knows? Maybe there was more money.
On paper, right. Happy Ending should have went on for 7 seasons.
And I think the problem with Happy Endings was they just couldn't find the time slot, so they kept moving it around. And anytime a network does that to a show, the show dies. And anytime.
It's so similar to this show too. I mean, this show obviously was a mega
same generational kind of dealing with new millennium issues rather than old style family sitcoms.
Roommates in a loft.
Right. Yeah.
How many times do we see that on TV? It's almost a trope at this point, but at the same time, I always like it.
No, yeah, it's definitely. The first 50 years of sitcoms were like, Dad's home from work, Mom and the kids, what have they been up to? That was the sitcom with a few exceptions, like Mr. Ed, obviously, who's not that. But like most sitcoms.
The horse one?
Yeah, the talking horse, yeah. That's what most sitcoms were, certainly successful ones. And then in the 90s did the same thing. And then the 2000s with every Kevin James show did the same thing, and it's just, the Cosbys were the same thing.
True. Fresh Prince. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Interior of house. And so,
Friends changed it up a little bit.
Friends did.
That was the first.
And it was a mega hit for doing that, Yeah, they showed a lot of the inside of an apartment, but it was 30-somethings who had no idea what their lives were, which I think it does give a lot to this show moving forward, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of these modern sitcoms that are about these, disaffected adults in a world that really doesn't want them, I think Friends does lead to a lot of that.
So this is kind of our sitcom day. We just did Marvelous Miss Maisel. That's the exception, obviously. But we're doing this in Goldberg's back to back. And I think it's an interesting conversation to have between these two shows, these two sitcoms, because you're right about the 30-somethings. 2000s hit, late 90s hit, Friends. Obviously, this show, How I Met Your Mother. I kind of like the Goldbergs because it goes back to that old school.
It does, and
style.
It's a period set style of the old family structure.
But it has the tone almost of New Girl. It has the crudeness. It has the blue collar humor.
It's cranked up to 11.
It's
right?
An evolution.
It's frantic. It feels a lot like 30 Rock in terms of its energy.
It's like sprinkled in there.
Yeah. With its energy. But I absolutely love New Girl. I see why it's so popular. I find it for a sitcom very rewatchable.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of sitcoms can say that. I think what you've seen, a lot of sitcoms, once you see the jokes, you've seen the jokes. But I feel like New Girl has this has a rewatchability.
Everybody likes the show. I mean, at work, when I go to work, I tell people about our channel and we're watching, and they got really excited when I told them about New Girl.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen this episode yet? Have you seen this episode? I'm like, no, not yet. Or yes, I love this one.
Right.
It's so much fun to talk about.
Well, plus they're just such great characters to hang out with.
Oh yeah.
So of course rewatching is like, hey, it's like hanging out with old friends again.
It really is. That's a good sitcom.
Yeah, it is.
It's a sign of a good sitcom.
All right, we do want to go ahead and welcome Nate99, Paul Hess, Travis Faber, and Roseanne Stewart to our Patreon group. Thanks so much, guys. We're very, very happy you're here with us.
We really are. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a little comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
Yeah. If you'd like to see a full reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page.
Yes.
On every single show, including New Girl, we're at least 4 episodes ahead over on Patreon. So if you get done watching this on YouTube and want to keep going, you can jump over there and do that. You will have to sync and watch along on your own streaming service or device. You will only see and hear us for copyright purposes. We're also watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive right now, as I mentioned.
Yes.
A lot of stuff going on. Right. For those of you back with us on Patreon, welcome back, guys. We're going to go ahead and start episode 11 here in 3, 2, 1.
Very strict instructions from Rabbi Shmuley not to say a word until the last Christian kid found out about Santa Claus.
That's really funny.
The last Christian kid.
That's a good point.
I mean, yeah.
Santa's not real, Winston.
Shut up, stupid. You're a dummy. You're the... So... And...
Were you a good boy this year?
Oh, really?
Good boy this year.
Stop, guys, stop!
No, food fights. Come on.
So Winston watches the Polar Express and goes, "Yes, I believe."
That's stuck in my ear.
We got a cranberry in his ear.
How is that even possible?
That's great aim, actually. That's impressive.
Lives on the edge now. Plus, we haven't had sex yet, and we might tonight.
I understood that.
I like I just gave up.
Yeah.
It's all wreaths.
Oh my God.
And trees.
Oh my God!
That is offensive, but it's very funny.
All the wreaths, no trees.
I didn't think that you could, handle this.
Handle what?
Me
The
being-
fact that you're a stripper?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Me?
Yeah.
He cannot handle it, clearly.
Can't handle it.
This won't make it a full Genslinger moment.
No. 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys know Sam's here? Jess?
We're Irish Combined! Go! Go!
We're Irish
Playing.
Go! Go! Go!
Olivia Munn can run in heels.
She can't. I like how she's just like a part of the group,
Running
right?
acrobats and caged snow leopards.
What?
This is gonna be a bit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bit the whole episode.
Think you
There
can
you go.
come back and I'm just gonna be waiting for you?
No, of course not. I mean, I had to at least try.
You're too late.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm in love
What?
with Winston.
What?
We've lain together.
No, yeah.
God!
Want us to be friends whenever you're ready. So I really do care about you.
Thank you so much for this. Because this makes it so much better.
It is kind of a slap in the face.
I'm kind of with. He gets to be angry.
Yeah. He blew it for sure.
No, he blew it, but he doesn't get to be angry.
Jess.
Yes. Yes, my love.
Honey, we both know we have been unhappy for far too long.
Let's do this again. Yes.
I am not just a vehicle you get to ride to Pleasure Town. Be gone, honky! Say goodbye to paradise, honey.
So what? I'm just... Why do you think you can just
You know what's
kiss
happening.
me?
I thought that was the right.
That's all this ever was to you.
Oh my God.
And I'm not doing it. Not doing it. And
Oh.
I'm leaving you alone.
I think I have a headache now.
I know I do.
I'm right not to believe it. Right?
It's fair if you don't want to, for sure.
Don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Yep.
Tungsten carbide. Because you said that was the most baller metal.
That's what Statham wore in all the Transporter movies.
Of course it is.
I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake about Sam. I think I need to turn around.
Didn't, Jess. You
You're gonna get pulled over.
No!
They all going to jail for Christmas?
I would not ever get behind the wheel of a vehicle if I'd had even a drop to
I've
drink.
never seen a police officer with a beard like
I
that.
haven't either.
Why?
Jess, be cool.
Sometimes people tell the truth.
This is the Santa thing.
Right.
Santa?
What's that?
Santa.
Black Santa.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Don't know the words I
It's, come let us adore him, isn't it? That's over and over.
Oh wow!
And she has great breath control.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yeah, thanks so
everyone
much.
back in your rooms. It's okay.
He was just partying. What is he doing at work now?
Right? I hope he wasn't drinking.
Screw it. Screwed me up.
I didn't hate Sam.
No.
At first, he seemed a little shallow, but I mean, he's
I respected the fact that he was honest with her.
Yeah.
He didn't lead her on like you're my girlfriend and then like sneak around behind her back, right? He didn't do that.
The episode where it blew up, there was a lot of other issues in the episode. The Halloween
episode. It's been my least favorite episode of the series so far.
Where are Nick and Angie?
And it's children's hospital.
Sexual animals. Sexual animals.
Nameless.
All right. This episode is awesome.
Yeah, this episode was awesome. And again, unintentionally predicted going in, great Winston episode.
Be Gone Honky.
Be Gone Honky is one of my favorite things I've ever heard on this show. It kind of harkened back to that speech he gave.
The Color Purple speech
in
Nick
season
is
1.
My lover on the down low.
Yeah. You let Harpo beat me? Oh God, this was so much fun.
I'm not well. I'm not well. Like honestly, like I hurt all over from laughing.
Yeah, I can't say enough about how I'm really glad the writing has kind of let Winston find his voice on the show.
He's awesome.
Right, from to the Black North
Santa,
Pole.
yeah,
Dude, my God,
dude, it's almost too much. It's so funny.
He's so good.
Also, like Olivia Munn might be sticking around for Genslinger.
It's possible. I thought this was going to be the end of it.
Me too. And honestly, like I like it. I do too. I think she fits in well.
I don't think there's any way the fact that her job doesn't become an issue, right? I think that's got to be a thing.
I mean, it's kind of it's very similar to Schmidt and Cece in the first season where he was insecure with it.
I don't think he's secure enough to date. I wouldn't be. I'm not knocking him for that.
No.
I don't think that I would have it in me to date someone in that same position.
I think it just depends on
securities. It does. No, it totally does.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. I've never been in that situation before.
Right.
So who knows? But
sure.
At the same time, just be more concerned that Olivia Munn isn't interested in me. You know what I mean? Be like, you really? Me? Of all people?
Of course, right. It's like, I know I'm, it's not even that. It's the fact that I'm out punting my coverage by a couple miles.
Yeah,
right.
Time.
Like I am punching way above my weight class.
Like, I don't have a checking account. I love karate.
He knows.
I wrote a zombie novel.
Like, and he said, you're so goofy just to be into me at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I get where his insecurities come from, and there's a lot of sources, right?
Tons,
which is why that unless he gets really healthy about some things really fast, I don't see how there's any longevity to it.
Exactly. Maybe they resolve some of that in this episode, and it's something else that leads to it, because there's no way Olivia Munn's gonna be on the show for ever. So,
yeah, for sure, right? And we also deep down really believe that Jess and Nick at some point are going to give dating a try. And probably not this season.
I'm glad that that has not happened yet.
They didn't rush into it, yeah.
And now, like, they blew it up in the Halloween episode.
Right.
Seemingly, they're back together with people. And it's crazy how it's like this rotating door.
Yeah, for sure.
Of different cast members. The Winston thing and Schmidt thing, they're the two outliers now, right?
Yeah.
So it's up to them. I mean, because I don't see Schmidt and Cece getting together anytime soon. I really thought they were there for a minute.
Sure. Winston is the one guy we really haven't focused on, the one character on dating a lot. He was Shelby forever, but it was always in such spurts. And they would take entire episodes, like a couple of episodes in a row where they don't even mention her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we thought
just kind of be there.
We thought they'd broken up.
Right. So Winston's kind of the guy that, we saw him with Shelby. We saw him, but that was more early on when he was trying to get her to go out with him. Like, I'm really a better guy now than I used to be.
Yeah.
And so, but once they kind of started dating, she was very sporadically there.
Yeah.
So as far as a character in a relationship, Winston's the one character in the show we just really haven't seen it that much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's something they're still feeling out. I don't know if it's because Winston is a guy that is so freaking good being single that you don't need that relationship stuff. I don't know.
He's so off the wall, like in a different way from Schmidt, where it's like you can't really see him with anybody.
Sure.
But at the same time, whoever he's with, right, she's got to match his energy.
It's going to have to be somebody that, because I mean, he's such a fun, quirky personality.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's more quirky than Jess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I feel like he's even more random.
He spent half the episode with the cranberry in his ear.
Right.
You know?
That the one bit where Jess said something to him and they just a close zoom and an awkward pause before, what?
Yeah, what?
It was just so well executed. And kudos to not just him, but to the editor on that one to give just a half second too long a pause before he said what. It was perfect.
All the cutaways in this episode are fantastic.
Great, absolutely great. I feel like the editing on this show is an underappreciated aspect of it.
It is, yeah.
Because you know how comedy works, right? Sure. Editing, as far as timing goes, timing is everything in comedy.
Comedic timing is very important for the actors, but also in terms of like how you cut it is also
completely.
It really lands the effect.
Yeah, this is very well edited and directed show. On top of that, but yeah, this episode was great. "Be Gone Honky" is now one of my favorite lines of all time on a television show, for sure.
Yeah, like I said, I still don't feel good.
I was getting dizzy.
Me too, dude.
From that.
Like literally, like my head hurts.
Yeah. I was like having a hard time breathing.
It's always New Girl. It's always New Girl that makes us.
For sure.
We honestly should save this for the end because now we have to watch a whole other episode of something, and I'm really thinking about New Girl the whole time.
Right.
But the Goldbergs is a great show, funny in its own right.
It is, absolutely.
We look forward to hopping on that one.
We will catch you next week on the next one, guys.
See ya.